Thank you very much for having me here this evening. I'm going to start by just explaining a couple of things. One, the logo. We designed the logo, or I should say my daughter designed the logo. I gave her a rough idea of what I'd like to have as a logo for our charity, and this is the design that she came up with. And the idea behind it is, metaphorically, we're holding clients on their journey towards healing and wholeness. And Restore the Years links with what Jamie chose for this evening's event, which is hope. And the reason that is, I'm going to explain because many people ask me anyway. So yes, I was a victim of childhood sexual abuse, and that is what's driving me and motivating me to set this charity up, so we can walk with survivors of abuse towards their healing and wholeness. Now, the abuse started for me when I was between the ages of 7 and about 11. So back in the 70s, so a very long time ago. It's a very difficult topic, so please bear with me. Now, back in the 70s, there really weren't any services available to victims of abuse. I think all there was really was Childline. So the support that I received was very minimal, and there were consequences to that. One of them was I was bullied terribly, and ironically, it was at this school. Very different surroundings now, so it's been quite surreal for me to come here this evening and share my vision for victims of abuse, because I suffered one of the consequences. My confidence and self-esteem were on the floor, so I think other children pick up on those vibes, if you like, and those that suffer from low self-esteem and low self-worth and have little confidence, it's a target for those that bully, sadly. I'd just like to quickly, because I know I only have 5 minutes, so I just quickly want to go through some statistics for you, so you can have an idea of how prolific abuse is in our society. So 1 in 20 have been sexually abused, 1 in 20 children. And to give you a clear picture of that is, I don't know how many children they have in a classroom now, but I think it's about 20 or just over 20, isn't it, if there are any teachers here. That's someone in your classroom that has been or are being abused. 2,800 were identified as needing protection last year from the NSPCC. £3.2 billion are spent on supporting survivors of abuse. That is a very heavy drain on our resources in this country. There are 30,000 registered sex offenders, and last year the NSPCC responded to 8,800 contacts about sexual abuse. So just very quickly, how much time have I got left, Paul? I did ask me to write 1 minute. So very quickly, just to give you an idea of what our charity will be doing. Firstly, it's one-to-one counselling. And when we give a client empathy, unconditional positive regard, they begin to trust us and feel more able to disclose what has happened to them. We'll be providing support groups, and this is an environment where victims can come together and feel less isolated, because one of the impacts and effects of abuse is that we feel isolated, we're so ashamed, we own the shame and the blame. Therefore, we hold it all in and feel very isolated. So for them to be part of a community, a support group where there are others that have experienced what they have experienced, is also very healing. It lessens that blame and the consequences that itself can have. Training, I would like to hold training, provide training for professionals that want to work in this field. When we're equipped and we're educated, we're better informed and we know how to work with victims of abuse. So just to end with, because I know my time is up, there's been a debate, do we call, when we set up charities like this, do we say victims of abuse or survivors of abuse? And I've been thinking a lot about this, and for me it's from victim to survivor to thriver, and that's our goal for the charity, that we're not just surviving, we are thriving. Thank you very much.
Outside in the refectory, and I'm just so touched and humbled by the support. I know why I feel motivated to begin this charity, but you never know how people are going to receive and feel what I feel. So thank you for being great recipients, really. Thank you, Jamie.